Hi, this is Ami Lin, K-State Research and Extension 4-H Agent for Johnson County.
Thank you for joining us for part 2 of Learn from an Agent with Zac Hoppenstedt, our horticulture agent. He is going to be sharing tips and tricks for our beginner gardeners to develop their plant science knowledge. Let's jump in and get ready to learn from Zac.
And I know that some vegetables, some herbs are easier to grow than others. Are there any that you would recommend for a first-time grower?
Yeah, I think the leafy greens are a really great place to start. Like I said, we're getting into the part of the season where we're starting to transition from producing some leafy green crops that are more cool season into producing some more of our fruiting crops like squash or okra or tomatoes. And those crops aren't necessarily more difficult. They typically require more space and they require more light. And those are two things to be really mindful of, that you're giving your plants adequate space so that they can get to their mature size, and that you make sure that they have access to 6 to 8 hours of full sunlight every day. And that's usually going to be located somewhere on the south facing side of your house or your garden.
Good to know. I need to kind of orient myself and figure that out.
So, is there a way, Zac, for 4-Hers to see where they might want to place their garden?
I actually was thinking about it, and I guess there's this really nice resource called SunCalc. It'll give you an overhead view of your garden, your house, and show you how the sun moves, the trajectory of the sun movement over your garden. And it'll give you a really good idea of where would be the best location for you based on how the sun is moving across your garden.
Here is SunCalc. We have pulled up the Johnson County Extension office, and here's the building. East of the building is our beautiful K-State Research and Extension demonstration garden. This dark circle represents the position of the sun, and we are looking at May 5th, 2020. The sun rises from the east and sets to the west. As I move the cursor and you watch the map, you can see where the sun is located in comparison to the garden and see how much sunlight your garden might receive.
What can 4-Hers currently do to support our local farmers? I know it's a trying time for all of us right now. So what kind of recommendations might you have?
Well, that's a really good question. I would say, aside from supporting gardeners and folks that have they're growing vegetables and some fruit in their backyard, uh, a significant amount of my work is dedicated to supporting the fruit and vegetable industry, commercial growers in our county. And you're right that it is a challenging time, and that a lot of the market channels that growers were reliant upon have shifted and have become more difficult with our new safety standards relative to the COVID-19 situation. And so, we were talking offline. My recommendation is really try to educate yourself on the local farms that we do have in our area. There are two really great resources that I recommend. One is the From the Land of Kansas program. That's administered through Kansas Department of Ag, and that provides a directory of all of our producers of meats and vegetables and fruit, and other value-added products like salsas and cheeses and things like that that we have in the state of Kansas. And it has a really nice map tool, and so you can identify the farms that are close to you. And there's another directory like that that focuses on fruit and vegetable producers. It's called the Kansas Specialty Crop Growers Association. It's kind of a mouthful, but the acronym is kscga.org. And they have a directory as well on their website. And you're able to search for farms that are in Johnson County. And I just really recommend reaching out to those farms either through email or visiting their website and figure out how they're selling their produce right now and try to buy more local. A lot of the fruits and vegetables that we love to eat are just coming into season right now. And we actually have a lot of producers in our region that grow really delicious fruits and vegetables. And instead of going to the supermarket, where there may be some local products there, you might try reaching out directly to a farm and seeing if there is either a weekly, what's called a CSA package, which is short for community supported agriculture. That's a sign up where you agree to a weekly package from a farm, and you pay a weekly cost for that sort of service, and that can be delivered or for pickup. And then a lot of them operate on farm stores, and those stores are still running because it's an food and agriculture is still an essential service. So I think there's a lot of opportunities if you're willing to make a little extra effort to buy local.
Thank you so much, Zach, for spending some time with me.
Find a CSA near you by going to kchealthykids.org. From the homepage, go ahead and click on COVID-19 updates, and it'll take you to this page. Scroll down, find local foods, and go ahead and click on KC Food. It'll tell you a little bit about what exactly is a community supported agriculture. How do I pick the right CSA? How do I join a CSA? And right below it is going to be a map of the Johnson County and KC metro area. From here, all of these farms are listed, so you might have to do a little bit of research on which might be a good fit for you.
Thank you, Ami. And I'll just give one last plug. And if you can't make it to the live Q&A, Johnson County has always operated our garden help hotline. The best way to get advice, tips on growing is to just email us at garden.help@jocogov.org. And we take Q&A, not live, but we take Q&A through that email all year long. So don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out.
That sounds like a plan. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you, Ami.
If you have any questions about fruit, vegetable, and herb production for Zach, we will have a live Q&A session on May 14, 2020 from 5 to 6 p.m. Thank you again, and we hope you use this information to start a successful horticulture project. Please share your photos and stories of your learning journey. We look forward to seeing you at the live session.